Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Build Back Better video short. My name is Ray Molony, and today we're looking at one of the gold winners in the recent lighting category. It is the DALI Pro 2 IoT, and it's an incredibly sophisticated and clever box of electronics. It's the first DALI 2 certified controller that it has both an integrated IoT gateway and open API. And what that means is it can open up to all sorts of interesting applications and possibilities. And I'm delighted to be joined by Iro Papachristou, who is the Senior Product Manager for Lighting Controls at Osram Digital System Solutions, to tell me all about it. How are you doing, Iro?
I'm doing good, Ray. Thanks for having me here.
Good support. Congratulations on getting the Gold Award. Now tell us, what does this allow us to do?
Well, the DALI Pro 2 IoT is a lighting controller, and in that sense, it can do anything everything a decent lighting controller should do. It can control the lights, RGB lights, tunable white. It can you can have sequences, you can have, let's say, time scheduling, etc. And what it can do on top is, let's say, is that because of we are constantly enriching its feature set, we are also allowing customers now to do things like controlling their emergency lightings, the emergency lights.
Including the automatic testing, I presume.
Yes, we can do the automatic function and duration test for emergency lighting. So the customer does not need to go on site to perform these tests. The controller will do them automatically at a predefined time set by the user. It will send out the report, and it will also issue alarms and send out email notifications in case there's something wrong in the emergency lighting installation. Similarly, we are now working on a fixture failure alert that will be on our next release next month. So the user again will be able to go into the controller and see if there's anything wrong with the driver, with the light source, etc., and also can choose to be notified in such an event. We also allow for the remote access that is also possible via this IoT gateway, that we can make changes in the configuration without the need to go on site. So the customer can, or the facility manager can make changes to the configuration, upload it to the controller, and then save a lot of time and effort. So you already mentioned the very innovative feature of this controller is the open API interface via MQTT or REST API endpoints. And with that, we already have some very interesting use cases that actually were also for us hard to imagine that that could be an application field for a controller like ours. And then in the end, as far as these applications are concerned, the sky's then the limit.
So what sort of things are people using it for when you talk about those sort of innovative applications?
So they use it, of course, to get energy data out of the lighting installation, which is, of course, a very important topic. Was always and is even now also gaining on importance. So they gain the insights regarding the energy consumption of the installation. Then they can also have the information in DALI 2 installations. You can have also maintenance data coming from the drivers. So you can tell if the luminaire is reaching its end of life, so then you can schedule the maintenance activities in a better way, or and know if there is any sort of problem with the driver temperature, for example. So that is one part of the applications. And then we see companies integrating via the APIs to their own software to offer more complicated and sophisticated applications like in horticulture, for example, where you can connect sensors, different kind of data, and combine it with lighting data. That would be, for example, one.
You could also have things like, I presume, like you could monitor air quality with it. You could plug in a lot of sensors onto it that not necessarily lighting, couldn't you?
Exactly. So customers that are working in such an application can use our controller to get the lighting part in their system
and gain those sort of actionable insights from all the data that the products are pulling out.
Exactly.
Good stuff. Well, congratulations on your gold award again, well deserved. And thanks for telling us all about it today, Iro.
Thank you very much, Ray, for this opportunity and the award.